Hello everybody and welcome to my new channel on YouTube. I'm Kuros Paladin and this is my very first playthrough video, and I'm going to be going through Cities Skylines by Colossal Order, and I've been playing this game for a couple of years now. I really enjoy it. I'm more of a casual player than some of the really serious players out there, but I just figured I'd like to get into this streaming thing just for fun. I'm really hoping that you'll enjoy this series. Leave some comments below. Click that like button if you like what you see, and give me some comments on what you think about the series and everything. I am using a very cheap microphone. I apologize, so my voice is going to sound a little tinny, but that's the way it is. So why don't we just go ahead and jump right in. Before I start the actual game, I do have a number of mods that I have. Most of them are for quality of life. The most important one that many of you that have played this game before will probably know about is, of course, Traffic Manager President Edition. This will save your bacon in so many cities. So if you don't have this mod, I highly recommend it, and we'll get into using that once I get into the game. So let's go ahead and we're going to do a new game. For those of you that don't really know me that well, I have a lot of night themes. That's night with a K. And so I'm going to be naming cities and districts and stuff after kind of night things. Or the other thing I do is I was a City of Heroes player, and I may end up naming a lot of the districts after the old neighborhoods in the Paragon City. So I'm going to go ahead and pick 2 rivers. I really do like this map, so we're just going to go ahead and start with that one. And we're just going to go, I've already picked a name for this, so we're going to call it Knight's Helm. I'm in North America, so we're going to leave right-hand driving. The only thing we don't get is a ship connection, but we can cheat and add one in the future if we need to with another one of the mods that I've got. So let's go ahead and hit start. So for those of you that have never played the game before, or you're trying to figure out how to do it, it's just a city building game. It's got very good traffic simulation, but the AI on the traffic has a couple issues at times. Sims seem to always want to crowd into the same lane. So it just ends up being a lot of times where you'll have a 6-lane road and they all want to use only 2 of those 6 lanes. For that reason, I rarely use more than 3 lanes in any one direction. My computer, it's not a potato, but it's fairly punchy, but it's not a top-of-the-line thing. So it does take a little while to load, especially all these assets. This is one specific, this platform that found one specific asset that for some reason the author did not include the platform that it's looking for. And that's one of the Gundam statues that I usually use in roundabouts. So, almost there. Come on. There we go. Okay, so get rid of that. We don't need that. So welcome to 2 Rivers. Just to let you know, well, actually it's not 2 Rivers, it's Knight's Helm now. And one mod that I do use is the Totally Free Camera, I think it's called. I don't remember exactly, but it does allow me to sneak outside of my initial starting area. So here's my first square. And the first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to need to get some roads down, a little bit of residential down so that we can get some people to move in. We got to watch our money because we only start with 70,000 Sims, or simoleons, whatever you want to call them. So why don't we, before I even get started, I was talking about Traffic Manager. We will get into the game here very soon, people. But the reason I want to get into Traffic Manager right now is it resets on every new city. So you have to go in and set some of these things to make certain that they're what you really want them to be. And one of the things that I really do want is advanced vehicle AI. I want unnecessary transfers, or I want to prevent them, I should say. Policies and restrictions. This is vital. Buses may ignore lane arrows. Trust me, you want to check this one because you will be trying to pull your hair out figuring out why buses can't make a right-hand turn or a left-hand turn somewhere. So definitely have that one set. The rest of them don't need anything. So let's zoom right in here, and we go to our road menu down here. And we have a couple of options to start with. We come right off of this freeway right here, and of course we can't get to the actual interchange itself. How fun is that? So I'm actually going to just use the upgrade tool on the road menu, if I can find what I'm looking for. And I don't have access to it, I just realized. Okay. Well, let me see. This sometimes unlocks more stuff. Just building one tiny little segment of road. There we go. Okay. So I am looking for the one-way 3-lane road. And I guess I don't have that yet, do I? There it is. Okay, 1-lane 3-way. 3-lane 1-way. Haven't had enough yet this morning. Enough coffee. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to upgrade to, or downgrade, I suppose, to that. I cannot get to those, but oh well. Because what I would like to do is keep the lanes somewhat consistent. I've got 3 lanes coming in here and 1 lane coming in. I'd like it so they don't have to immediately merge, but whatever. The next thing I'm going to do, going back to this 1-way 3-lane, is I'm going to build out to a certain point. And then this is a common thing that a lot of people do. They'll build a roundabout, and I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, but what I need to do is, as I'm flipping through all these here, find a way to actually center this roundabout. I do roundabouts very large, and I'll give a reason for that. It has to do with both traffic manager as well as with just the way that traffic works in the game. So my roundabouts are actually a 20-tile radius, which is huge, but it does work fairly well and allows for traffic to operate without a lot of problems. I'm going to build this cross. Those of you that have done this a lot know this just preserves the circle, because a lot of times when you connect and disconnect roads to a roundabout, it ends up deforming the roundabout, and we obviously don't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and pick my 3-lane. Now, normally I don't like using 3 lanes into a roundabout. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just drop down to a 2-lane. And the reason for this is, again, how traffic works at roundabouts. Another mod that I have is Road Anarchy. Road Anarchy is a wonderful tool that allows you to kind of cheat and get around some of the rules that, for instance, here, I can't build. It won't let me, but if I enable Road Anarchy, it will go ahead and let me do it. And then the same thing here. So we're just gonna, well, if I could do it right, there we go. And I think I actually may have messed things up already. Did I? Yeah, I already. Okay. Not a good start, people. I apologize. So let me start over. All I really need to do is rebuild this a little bit. What happened is I removed a node that is kind of important to make roundabouts work well. So let's see if I can do this right this time. So we are going to go over, we're going to connect right here. I don't want to remove that node right there. So, and for reasons I don't understand, it wants to build a bridge there. Oh my gosh. I am not having a good start here. There, and it still got rid of the node. This is not a very good start. Not a good start at all. What if I just kind of force a node there? Will that do it? Yeah, there we go. Okay. And then for those of you that never figured it out, you can reverse one-way roads. by selecting the upgrade tool and then just right-clicking, and it will reverse the direction of the road. Okay. Another thing I'm going to do, and I will get into the game here, I apologize, it's seeming like such a long start here, is I want to go in and I want to select all of these nodes on this roundabout, just the nodes. And I want them to all be the same height. So we're going to use the same height, and we're just going to set it to the center. Boom. This just makes things a little bit nicer. Okay. Let's go ahead. We're going to extend our road out. We're going to do it with a typical road. Something that I like to do is I like to just come out just a little bit with only a 2-lane. No turn lanes. Again, this is something that comes up in the future. Go out. And I just realized this thing... If anybody can tell me why this kind of thing happens in the comments, please let me know. It gets irritating at times. It's like all of a sudden it just decided it's going to be at -3 meters. And it gets really annoying after a while. Thankfully with Move It, I can just go ahead and take care of that. And, well, actually, no, I couldn't. Alright. But see how it's already at -3 meters for some reason. And then when I click, it immediately goes back to -3. But if I do this, there, now we're okay. Alright. I'm also going to build off of this way. And for future planning, I'm going to go off this way. Go back to that, down. Over here is going to be some of our industrial. Up here is going to be our residential. And now I can get rid of this side. Next, I always like to have as few intersections on these main roads as possible. So what I will do is a lot of times I will have spaced out some distance the roads so that the heavy roads, or the roads that are carrying a lot of the traffic, don't have as many intersections on them. And then I also like to put a little bit of space. You can see I leave just a space of 1 there between. And while this is going on, I'm going to disable road guidelines because they can mess you up at times. I'm going to come down a little more. Gotta watch my money. I always get into a lot of trouble with money in this game in the start because I forget how expensive it is to just get a city going in this game. So I do want to bring this out just a little bit more. And I'm kind of being a little bit arbitrary in these decisions of road lengths. I do make my downtown area, this is going to be my downtown area, a grid. If you don't like grids, sorry. You're going to see grids. So let's just go ahead. We're going to add just a little bit here because I need somewhere for my power plant. There we go. All right. Get rid of that. You'll notice I also have the game paused because I don't want to be spending a whole bunch of money for maintenance and everything before anybody's actually moved in. So right now I have the basics. I just need to get started. I'm just going to go with a big old smog belching coal plant here. We're going to run some power. Actually, just right here. Then we're going to zone some residential. I'm going to keep it off this main road. And if you are never played the game before, down here is my demands. So I have a high demand for residential and no demand for commercial or industrial. Demand Master I have enabled. I don't use it to fix anything. I just use it to get actual absolute numbers up here. So I've got my zoning in. I've got some basic roads in. This is good enough for a start, almost. I also need some water. So we want to make certain our water that we pick up is fresh water. And then I don't want to go too far away because I don't want to run out of money. How far? Oh, let's just go for it. We'll go way down here at the other end. This is my sewage outflow. And this is very unrealistic, but oh well. I'm just going to make a straight shot to connect that. And then I'm more of a grid person under the roads, or a grid person. I don't do the must be right under the roads type thing. So I go for as much coverage as I can get, get my dollar value out of it. So go ahead and lay some pipes down here. We still have to actually connect this to the water pump. I do have a cat on my lap at the moment. She's playing with my mouse, so you may see some weird mouse movements going on. That's just her. Okay, so we have our water, we have our electricity, we have our zoning, we have our roads, we have pretty much what we need to get a city going. Let's go ahead and actually start the game. Knight's Helm starts. Where is the first house going to be built? Where will it be? There it is, right there, right next to the power line, which is good. It is the forest residence, and we're going to make you historical just because you are the first house in the city. So as far as the roundabouts go, very important thing, to make roundabouts work well, it's important to have them set up like a real world roundabout. And the most important thing is, of course, traffic in the roundabout has right of way. It needs to keep moving. It should keep moving all the time. And this is where Traffic Manager President Edition comes in so handy, because it will allow you to set some of the policies to make this work as well as it does, as well as your lane management. So you'll see here I'm connecting lanes. The outer lane I'm always going to force to exit. The inner lane continues on. You'll see here, this is a spot where traffic can change lanes. And then here, they can now, if they want to exit here, they'd get into the outer lane there. If they want to continue on, they'd stay on the inner lane. And roundabouts are a lot of work to get set up initially, but once you do get them set up, they tend to work very well. For this, I'm going to actually allow traffic from both lanes to exit, because there's very little time where traffic is going to go across here. So we're just going to keep doing this, connecting these lanes using these little connectors. Obviously, the outer lane cannot exit there, but there shouldn't be any traffic in the outer lane at that point. It's just habit that I connected it. And we get that going, that going, and that going, and there we go. So now we've got that set. And we got some houses. Whoops. Our population, we're up to 189 people. Our goal is, I think, 420. Okay. So we're going to get to 420 so we can start setting some taxes, take care of the garbage, healthcare, and education. And that's going to drain our money really darn fast. You can see we have some commercial and a little bit of industrial demand. So let's go ahead and take care of that. I'm going to leave this one little corner right there open. But we'll go ahead, we'll put some commercial down there. Give them somewhere to pick up their groceries. And then over here, by the power plant, we're going to put down some industrial. And there we go. I'm going to change the music channel, by the way, just because I don't like that current one. We're going to go to classical. There we go. Oh, what do we got here? We already have a truck delivering coal. Okay. So, there isn't a lot of traffic yet because what happens is the house gets built. And then, once the house gets built, the residents spawn at one of the edges of the map and drive all the way in. So, you'll start seeing some cars on the road pretty soon. I do have some custom assets that I install, so don't be alarmed if you see, like, for instance, here's a Wendy's. That's not Colossal Order that did that. That's me that put that in there. So, it's not Colossal Order taking money or doing sponsorships for them. Alright, so we're going along. I'm also a paced player, so my pace may be a little slow for a lot of people. But if it is slow, I apologize. Actually, I also realized we can drop this drastically. There we go. We do not need to be paying that much because our electricity, we're only using 4 megawatts. And then sewage, we're only using 15,600 cubic meters. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? Uh-oh, did I drop it too far? Oh, gosh, how many of you noticed that? Ha 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 ha! Ah, that was a dumb thing, wasn't it? Oh, that was stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. These I am going to keep on shore, though. There we go. Alright. Yeah. That was dumb. That was dumb. Let's see here. Where can it go? I want it to come out to... Oh, it's going to go too far, so then I'll just do this. It won't let me. There. What I'm trying to do, by the way, is trying to line up so that I am one away from this. I have a favorite layout. Oh, I'm already out of cash, so now I have to wait. Just building that one road cost me a lot of money. Let's go ahead and do a little more residential since we have a demand for it. I'm gonna do something. Oh, that was my very first house, wasn't it? Okay, we'll leave it. I wanted to fill in that space. So we're losing 183 simoleons. Hopefully 170, so hopefully that number will go positive pretty soon. Let us continue. It's continuing to go down. Just keep going down. Turn green. Turn green. Is it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? There we go. Squeeze as much population in here as I can. There we go. I wonder if I put some more industrial down, if I'll get a little more. Okay, we got some more people moving in. Good. And once I get to the 420, so I need 114, 113 more people to move in. Come on. I can set taxes and bump the taxes up a little bit. There we go, we're green. So we're actually in the positive now. We do have a little bit more industrial demand. So one of the things that I do on this game is I put commercial on the main roads and offices on the main roads. I try not to create giant blocks of commercial or industrial because that just causes a lot of traffic. An awful lot of traffic. Do I have enough money to... No. Roads are expensive! Okay, we only need 20 more people. Can we get to our hamlet? Is that what we're after, hamlet? 14 more people, we're after hamlet, right? Little hamlet. 14 more. Come on. Move in, people. It says 97 there. Where are you? 7 more people. Oh, they're making me wait. Just making me wait. Anticipation. So I'll also get a little bit of some prize money as well. Oh, come on. Now they're moving in one at a time. Come on, people. So slow. 418. Come on. 20. There we go. Little hamlet. Yay. And we get like 20,000. But of course, a lot of that money is going to immediately be going towards trash collection, education, and healthcare. So, going to go ahead and close that out. Our next goal is 850 people, so just over doubling our current population, and we'll end up being able to unlock a new area, get some districts, policies, a second loan, and some specializations, as well as service policies. But with this extra money that I've got right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill out this neighborhood. Go ahead and spend a lot of money on that. Ow. Okay. Get, yeah, I messed that one up, didn't I? Now the nice thing is, because the game is paused, I think I get a lot of that back. So, let's do that. There we go. That's what I really intended to do. So, oh, and I did something else with this roundabout that I need to fix, and I'll show that to you in the next episode, because we're getting near the end of this one. Let's go ahead and fill in all of this with some residential. Get rid of that, because that road will extend eventually. Get rid of that, because that road will extend eventually. Alright, I need trash. Now, landfills. Landfills you have to be really careful with, because once you put a landfill down, as soon as it gets any trash in it, it is stuck there forever until you can get rid of the trash that's in it. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to put it down here in my industrial industrial area. Right here. And ow, that was expensive. Yeah, 4,000. I can afford a school. This is a little bit cheaty, but I do like these schools. They're these kind of little medieval churches. So I'm going to use that one. Okay. So, how much is a clinic? I can't afford a clinic. But that's alright. Let's start, at least, with that. We can now also... well, I don't have any, so we can leave that at 100. Go on, there we go. Taxes. I can bump these up a little bit. I'm going to bump them up to 11. Just because we need that income. If the people want a clinic, they're going to have to pay for it. So I guess what I could end this episode with is something else that I do with roundabouts is I unzone them. And that is, I don't remember which mod it is. I think it's the Fine Road tool. Oh, the No Pillars mod, it says it right there. If I had just looked. What that allows you to do is change your roads to have no zoning on them. So temporarily I'm going to reverse the direction on all these roads, including these ones leading into the city. Oop. This has not been a good day for me. There we go. Okay. Then changes to no zoning, and now watch, as I set them back, the zoning magically disappears. And my mouse is double clicking on me for some reason. Now I have no zoning on it. Now, usually I do that first, but I made a mistake. I didn't do it, which means all that fun stuff I did with Traffic Manager needs to be redone. So, all the junction restrictions need to be redone, and all the lane arrows need to be redone. So, it's boring as heck, I understand. Okay, there. Thankfully I do this so often, I'm just used to it. Actually, this time I am going to change this one. I will allow them to change lanes there. Oh, that's not right. There we go. Stay in your lane. Okay, almost. Almost there. Can taste it. There we go. Oh, I didn't do this one yet. Come down here. Outer lane exits, inner lane continues on, and there we go. Alright. So there we go, folks. So I'm going to end this episode here. I try to keep them at about 30 minutes. That's my ideal goal. And I hope to have another episode coming up in the future. Once again, this is Kuros Paladin, and please leave some comments below. Go ahead and click that like button if you do like what you're seeing here. Comment if you have anything to suggest. And if you're feeling really generous, go ahead and click the subscribe button as well. As of this recording, I have 0 subscribers, so one of you could be the very first subscriber. So, alright folks, just as we end the episode, I'm just going to go in here because it looks like we need to just up our budget a little bit on our power. So, there we go. Alright everybody, it's been fun, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.